The problem here is that some people, mainly men on kiwi farms, have just fallen so into the bandwagon that they've now considered things that are basically against the rules okay. And everyone who was screaming at Little Drip in that thread seriously doesn't understand what kiwi farms is meant to be there for anyway, in my opinion. It's like, if you're out here even considering it okay to get people banned because they did something that you don't like, or because you think they did something you don't like, or whatever, then like, why are you on kiwi farms? Why don't you go to Tumblr or TikTok? Because that kind of behavior, like justified silencing, justified, I took your stuff down because you did X, Y, and Z. Isn't that what like social justice warriors and like people who are basically Keffals and Liz from Jones do? Isn't that exactly what they do? I didn't like it that you did this, so now I'm going to try and get you banned from everywhere. Because this is not the first time that I've been banned from somewhere. My Cash App is banned. My PayPal is banned. My original email is banned. My original YouTube is banned. My original Twitter is banned. I've had one Instagram account banned. This isn't the first time. The fact that I'm banned from, like, places where I still had money held in. Like, I can't ever get that money out of my Cash App. Like, I've tried. They've told me that they closed my account for violating their terms of service, which, by the way, I didn't do anything any different from anyone else on that app, that I can't get that money back. Which means I don't really care about the money, but it's more the principle that now people can just make you lose a whole chunk of money because they got mad at you. And now people are out here celebrating the fact that my stuff is getting banned. And it's like, why is this a good thing? We are just leading further and further towards like an internet in which only people that the herd majority are allowed to be there. And that's just like the opposite of what I would have thought kiwi farmers would want. And like only Little Drip had like the guts to actually say something, because she could see that it was basically just going against the site rules. I mean, that's literally cow tipping. As well as the fact that there are people who are basically just having a conversation with me. Like, it is true that I might as well just reply directly to my thread, because every time I want to get Sprayheader's attention, all I have to do is screenshot something he said in my thread and ask for his reply in my thread. Like, it's so bad that I'm basically just communicating via a proxy app to my KF thread. Like, it's literally just skipping a step. Like, rather than logging on to the farms, I'm logging on to Twitter so that the farms can get my reply. And I like Twitter. And the only reason I got so down in the dumps about being banned was not because of Twitter or because of losing that one account. It's about the fact that this is like the fucking 9th time since having a thread where I've lost something because of people being mad. There wasn't a direct, but like, it wasn't a Fed post that got me banned. I'm sure that was reported. There were loads of stuff that was reported, but the thing that actually got my account nuked was a post where I called someone a fat Discord mod. And I'm so tired of having to set up new accounts constantly every single week. Having to reload everything from the previous account back onto that account. It's even worse when it's like fucking banking apps or like payment processors or fucking any of that shit, because then you have to have a whole conversation with like, hey, I left some of my money in there before you banned me, so can you please get that out? And then you have the conversation with, oh no, my bank's not actually in Britain, it's in Russia, so you're gonna have to fucking figure out how to transfer all of these pounds into rubles now. And they don't like that. They don't like that very much at all. So you end up in this situation where you're essentially having like an argument with like processing apps about this stuff. And if they don't like that, if they find it like a security risk, sometimes they'll just not give you your money back. And this is actually something that happens. I wish I was joking. They don't warn you. They don't tell you that they're going to nerf your shit. They nerf your shit with your money in it, right? And then they're just like, find another bank. And it's like, my money is in there. And they're like, yeah, we don't care though, because someone reported you for being a hateful person. Like, that doesn't scream exactly fair to me, because with payment processors, I know 2 other people, maybe 3 other people who were banned from PayPal, and PayPal at this point are just banning anyone who has a bad reputation. Like, that's literally the only way I can explain this. And the fact that, like, it is so easy for us to just lose our main purpose of, like, payments, transfers, is just terrible. Because, like, how are people supposed to donate to me when I stream? How are people supposed to, like, how am I even supposed to get, like, because my work used to pay me through there as well. Like, my job used to pay me through PayPal because of all the issues I had with banks and, like, British banks and, like, Israeli banks and Russian banks. So when people are able to just turn around and be like, hey, we've just basically banned you from the main place that you process all your shit from, it's like, well, that's kind of scary now, because what if this happens when I have, you know, 90,000 or, like, 100,000 or, like, 500,000 in there? Am I just going to lose all my money at once? Like, there's no way to stop this, because for some reason, apps, instead of judging people on their conduct with, like, the app itself, they're judging people on their conduct with, like, the rest of society, which has, like, in my opinion, that should never be a factor. And if someone has an app, as a platform, a bank account, that should never be a fucking factor, because it's like, you were here to do a service relating to currency for that person. You are not here to judge their political views or their interactions with other people. And when it comes down to getting banned off, like, social media apps, it's basically just another way of saying, I don't believe this person has the right to speak. I don't believe this person should speak. I think we should stop this person from talking because they said X, Y, and Z that I dislike. And it's like, if that's your opinion, why would you choose Kiwi Farms, like I said before? Because isn't Kiwi Farms meant to be against sort of like cancel culture and, like, stereotypical herd mentality? And the cow tipping and people interacting with me constantly, I'm obviously not gonna, like, kill myself or anything over it. Like, I was just trying to make a point with that post. Maybe I said it wrong because I don't word things the right way sometimes. But what I'm trying to say is, like, you guys seem to think this is all okay until it comes back to bite you. Like, with Amanda Todd, everyone was like, Amanda Todd's a whore. Amanda Todd stripped. She's a slut. And they were all posting her revenge porn everywhere. And then when Amanda Todd killed herself, it's like, oh, Amanda Todd's a hero. We should have really gone after the pedophile that made her strip. It's like, why is this only a thing after the girl is dead? Like, why are you like this? Where, like, you only consider this person as a human being when they kill themselves. Like, that's just embarrassing for you. And, like, I suppose my point is, if you wouldn't consider it okay to do to, like, any other lolcow, regardless of, like, what you think of them or who they are, don't do it to me. Don't do it to, like, DSB. Don't do it to, like, fucking Torswats. I know you don't like these people. I know that you might, like, I don't really understand with the Torswats thing why there was a 17-year-old posting in his thread anyway. Like, someone from his school. I don't know why that was even a thing. But for some reason, there are a group of people, mainly Spraigheader and his group of people, who are so hell-bent on going after Torswats and anyone relating to Torswats that they think that we deserve anything that they throw at us, regardless of if it's, like, a direct, like, violation of the rules. It's like, I know you might consider me, like, subhuman for, like, being friends with swatters, or whatever, Spraigheader, but you're friends with the owner of Dockspin and he's a swatter. And like, if you can do it, I don't know why I have a problem with other people doing it. Like, it's so like, we've got, I don't know how to explain this. We've trailed so far, of course, from what the site was originally supposed to be there for, where it's meant to be for documentation and for laughing at people. And now it's like, well, let's get involved and give our 2 cents. And it's just a wreck. Like, it's a wreck. There needs to be better moderators. Like, I don't blame any of that on Josh at all, because, like, the site is huge. Like, you know, there's no way he's going to know this is happening until it gets reported. Like, there's no way of knowing that this is happening until he gets a report about it. And a lot of the time, the people that would make the reports, the lolcows, can't post on there. They're banned, or they don't have accounts. So there's no one really there to report it. It's very much a herd mentality situation in which the only people that are there to report the behavior are the ones doing it. So there is no one to actually report that and be like, no, we don't agree with that. You should really stop doing that. Because all the people that are doing it are the only ones with accounts. So it's like, well, the lolcow can't go there and report it without making an account themselves. And even then, they won't have a report button until like after a few weeks or months. So it's basically a situation in which we've given a bunch of people who violate the rules regularly the ability to report stuff. And obviously, they're only going to report stuff that they consider worthy of reporting. So never their own behavior. So I guess that's my view on it. And thank you so much to Little Drip. There needs to be more people like Little Drip, because she's the only one that seemed to say anything about this. I don't know why. Because, like, a lot of this stuff was quite kind of obvious to me, and the stuff she was saying was stuff that I also, like, completely was thinking about. Like, the fact that I might as well just make an account to talk to Spraigheader, because the amount he focuses on me. Like, I am serious when I say that he has messaged me on multiple alts off-site. I have tried to explain this before, but no one really believed me. And she's also right about the fact that it does reflect badly on the site if victims do kill themselves, because then it looks like Kiwi Farms did this. It was the actions of Kiwi Farms that drove this person to it, when really it wasn't Kiwi Farms. It was a person who uses Kiwi Farms' fault. But it does reflect badly on Josh, and I get that, because it's not entirely his fault. It's not really his fault at all if one person decides to go, like, jump on a bandwagon and do something crazy. But the problem is he will get blamed for it. Because ultimately, if someone from a community does something, it's very common that the whole community gets mentioned, even if they had no idea what was going on. So, yeah, I agree with everything she said, and I just think that there needs to be more people in... I don't know how to even combat this issue. It's not my website, and I'm not a mod or anything, but I don't know. I don't know what I would do if it was my website at all. But I suppose I would just have stronger rules on cow tipping, or maybe... I think the website is just so big at this point that there are just maybe not enough staff to be able to read every thread every day to watch out for stuff like this. Because a lot of the time, the people that would be able to report it, which are cows, they're not allowed on their own threads or on the website. So I guess there needs to be people who just watch for this stuff in general. And I don't know if that's an option at all. And I honestly don't know enough about it, so probably stepping way out of line. But yeah, that's just my take on it.